Hi guys, a quick look at a SWR power modulation field strength meter from the early 90s. It's the Motorola CB transceiver tester, model S-1354A. Quite a high sort of build quality meter. I'm not going to say high end, but quite a high quality meter, since it's only made really for the 11 meter band, maybe 10 meter band, something like that. I'm not sure the actual frequency. The frequency range on this, I would say 27 to 29 at the best, maybe 27 to 28, something like that. So probably mid block in the UK, something like that. Okay, so just have a quick look at it, see what it does. It's got a thick steel case, steel chassis, and then a aluminium type faceplate front, which is slightly bowing away from this corner on this model. Now I got this and it was in reasonable condition. I've tried to touch up one of the inlays there with a bit of Tipex or white paint or something like that, and it hasn't worked that well. You can see it's a little bit off. I haven't got the best hand for that sort of thing, or eye. And I've painted the case. I took the case off and painted it, and that's come out quite well. It's RAL7021 in case anybody's interested in the colour, which probably not, but I think it was like a grey originally, and this is very close to the original colour. Okay, so let's have a quick look at it. So we're going on FM. Oh, that's another thing. It is only it's only an FM meter. It won't read continuous wave CW or anything like that very well, or sideband it will read if you scream down it to get the peak. AM it won't read because the needle reacts too fast and it won't hold the peak on AM. It will hold the peak on, it won't hold the peak, but it will display a peak on single sideband, but CW won't hardly moves the meter, to be honest. It's not the sort of meter you use for that. So let's try okay, what we're on now, FM. I've got a radio that does about 4 watts, 5 watts, into a dummy load again as usual. Okay, so here we go. So that's FM. We've got 5 watts there, 5 watts on FM. That's pretty good actually. And let's just try the SWR there. Okay, what are we on there? Okay, so calibrate. Oh, that is the reading, so it's very low. It's say it's into a dummy load at the moment. Okay, so it's very, very low. So it's 10 watts, and you can see, 5.5 watts ish on the 10 watt scale there, and there's the lower scale, which would be, is that correct? What's on the top? Yep, that's about. In fact, that's about right actually. That's pretty close to its scale there. Yeah. Okay, so it's 5.5 watts on both scales, and it is. Can you see how slow the although it's moving fast-ish, it's actually it's a very steady needle there, very steady needle. I mean, it comes up very steady. It's not slow, but it comes up very steady and drops very steady. No bouncing around, which isn't so prominent. You can't see it so well on FM because that's either on or off. But we'll show you on AM now. I'll show you what happens on AM. It actually goes the wrong way, and that is actually one of the things with these sort of meters. If they try to read AM, they get confused. In not so many words. Okay, so sideband. Let's go to sideband. This radio does about 10 watts on sideband, so it should knock the needle all the way to the right. Bang on 10 watts. As you say, I can't just talk. If I just talk, it hardly moves. You've got to have a continuous signal. I'm right next to the microphone now. It's a power microphone, so it should really be knocking it over on a peak reading meter, but this isn't a peak reading meter, so I have to go, and that's about the peak of things on 10 watts. Let's just check the other scale, 100 watt scale. 1 2 audio, 1 2 1 2. Yep, that's ideal. You know, that really is. The scales are very well calibrated to each other. Another thing to mention is the I'll just show CW, what happens on CW. I know these radios don't put much out on CW. Yeah, it's hardly moving the needle. It's not really made for that sort of measurement. I know these radios don't do much on it either. I'll show you the radio. It's a Superstar 3900 black. It's the original one. There you go. Okay, so back to the meter. So what I'll say about this meter as well is it's a nice size, being a nice width, as you can see, for the radio to sit on top. It comes with 4 feet, which are actually steel feet, like steel dimples, which are not really useful, to be honest. I've put some bigger rubberized feet on there. We've got 2 fixings in the side and one on the other side, and then the back's just a steel pan with the inlet outlet and the field strength antenna, which I'm not going to show you because I don't know where the antenna is, but I will show modulation, which is quite interesting. So calibrate 100, I must have done it before, and then talk 1, 2, audio. Actually going into the red zone, so this is where I'd normally be talking, with peaks going up to about 40 or 50% on the peak. 1, 2, audio. And extreme signals going over to 100. So there you go, very smooth needle. It looks a little bit jerky, but the way it falls down, I mean. Audio, 1, 2, audio. That's on sideband. That's on modulation meter on AM. Obviously, field strength would show you the field strength. If it had a little antenna plugged into it, it's like a very small thread antenna, which works really well. That will actually move across without anything near it or next to it. Without any antenna plugged into it or any power plugged into it. That's it for the functions of the meter. I'll say I like to mention that all the switches are very, very stiff for like a 31-year-old meter, something like that, 30-year-old meter. Very positive clicks, the way they used to build things like this. Even that, which has a tendency to get a bit loose, is a little bit wobbly, but the action's still good. And this very, very smooth feeling pot. Very smooth feeling pot there. Yeah, great feel to them. Nice grippy, thick, chunky switches there. Okay guys, that's it. Just a quick look at the Motorola CB transceiver tester, model S-1354A. I say I estimate it to be from the early 90s. Please correct me if I'm wrong and you know when they were actually manufactured. There's no date stamped on it. It does actually say on the back, made in Japan. So obviously it's made in Japan, but there's no date or anything like that. Right, okay guys, thanks for watching. More videos coming shortly.